Do you get sick? Do you want to learn techniques how you can heal authentically and emotionally? Do you know that every physical sickness you have is related to your emotions too? Well, if you answered yes to any of these questions today, I would like to welcome you to the Cancers Conversations podcast with Coach Wanda. This is our fourth episode today. And first, of course, I would like to thank you for those who are watching us live or on replay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would love to know where are you joining us from. We are simultaneously live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you do have questions anytime, please type and we will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Well, if you don't know me yet, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wanda Kalupig. I am the 2023 Top 15 LinkedIn expert in Dubai and the number one most influential Filipino on LinkedIn 2021. I use my voice, I use this podcast to share insightful information about cancer and to give inspiring stories. And as you know, we do have different types of episode. Today is about Wellness Wednesday, and we'll talk about what are the other holistic way for you to heal from cancer. Well, if you also missed the last few episodes, let me just mention each one of them. The first episode we had is an episode with Dr. Horia Kazim, the first Emirati national breast cancer surgeon. We spoke about breast cancer, how to prevent, detect, and cure breast cancer. This podcast is sponsored by Kaltan Social Media Marketing. And of course, you can watch the replay on my YouTube channel. You just go to at LinkedIn Coach Wanda and you can watch that. Also, on the second episode of the Cancers Conversations podcast, we also have Dr. Romy Paredes. Dr. Romy Paredes is a holistic integrative doctor. The best thing about Dr. Romy, for the last 20 years, he has seen more than 24,000 patients. And one of the things that he's doing is that he was able to heal cancer patients holistically. Again, you can watch the episode on my YouTube channel, link in Coach Wanda. And as well, you can go to wellnessland.org to get access to Dr. Romis. He has a website and he has a program called How to Heal Cancer Holistically. And you can go to wellnessland.org to get access to that. On the third episode, I'm very blessed to guest one of my staff, Rosine Ortega. She is a cancer caregiver. She shared a very inspiring story how she is managing and for the last 8 years battling with blood cancer. The husband got cancer 8 years ago, but thankfully everything is managed, everything is perfectly doing well. And she shared tips and tools how to manage the cancer, the complexity of managing the sickness. But today, we have a very special episode, which is how to heal cancer emotionally. I used to be, if you don't know me from before, I used to be always sick and stressed 10 years ago. So was my children. So I really delved into the natural path of why do we get sick? How do we heal ourselves naturally and emotionally? And I've also helped clients heal from trauma and many, many sickness. And one of the things that I learned is really how every emotional sickness that we have is related to the sickness that we have in our bodies. And cancer, as we know, is the number two cause of death globally, with over 19.2 million being diagnosed with cancer in 2020. And when I met Coach Joy, she explained to me how she was able to help, some cancer patients heal themselves emotionally too. And honestly, Coach Joy helped also my mom. When my mom met Coach Joy, she immediately felt better. And I've always believed in the power of coaching and the power of our emotions are attached to our physical body. So today, I'm very, very excited to have her on the show. We'll talk about how to heal cancer emotionally. But first, let me read a brief introduction about Coach Joy. Lailani Joy Lagat is a former first-line sales manager of a multinational pharma company in the Philippines who founded Joy Heals. She founded it during the pandemic as a platform for healing and empowerment. She's a certified transformational coach accredited by the ICF and a practitioner of NLP therapy and energy healing as an advocate of mental wellness. She provides workshops to organizations and specializes in helping executives and professionals address past hurts, dissolve limiting beliefs, and overcome trauma through a holistic approach. One of the things that she's doing is creating tailor fit coaching and healing programs to help cancer patients and to help those individuals to heal emotionally and to help them feel better. Wow, without further ado, let me welcome Coach Joy on the stage.
Hello. Hi, Coach Wanda. I'm delighted to be here. And thank you for
Thank you,
inviting
Coach
me.
Joy. I was a bit worried a few minutes ago because we were having technical problems of you logging in.
Yes, I'm just using my iPhone, so please bear with me. Yeah, I
No
had
worries,
technical
Coach.
difficulty a while ago.
I prayed a prayer of surrender. Then everything went well already. so,
Yes.
so let's
I also offered prayer a while ago. Yeah.
thank you for that. Now, Coach Joy, I think it's always good to start with the story because
Yes.
I mean, my
Yeah.
journey to healing others started with my own journey of being sick all the time, and I think
Mhm.
I wanna personally first understand because you used to be a first line sales manager of a pharma company, then you went into finding. Joy heals. Maybe you can tell us a bit of a story. What happened? Why did you become an emotional healing coach?
Emotion. Okay, thank you, Coach. Okay, since childhood, I have had this gift for understanding people's struggles, and I can actually see beyond the surface, and reveal their true selves. So, imagine as early as 9 years old, wherever I go, people would approach me, regardless of their gender and age, and they would share their struggles with me. And these people were emotionally, mentally, and physically abused, and some were violated. Some were also abandoned and rejected. But unknown to many, I also have my fair share of stories. So I also went to a difficult childhood, but I never shared it to everyone, or to the people that I met with. It's because I felt that the world is not safe for me. So I created, what's that, a blanket, or a safe zone for me, so that they will be able to enter into my life. I just listen to them, and I really wonder why these people come to me. So it looks like that they're attracted to my energy. Yeah. And with my own journey of self-discovery, it began when I realized that deep, seething emotions that hidden in my body, it affected my health. And that led me to the creation of Joy Heals during the pandemic. So yeah, going back, I was part of a pharmaceutical company that time, during the pandemic, but I took the courage, actually, and I really faced fear to to resign from my job. And at the same time, I also had, what's this? I had that major breakthrough. I really went rock bottom, and that time, and that I needed to heal myself as well. So, through that intense self exploration, I uncovered that unhealed childhood trauma that manifested physically, and leading to a, what's this, alarming medical issues. Mm. And I had not recognized that sadness, that fear, that anger in me, that guilt, that shame, and most of all, that long overdue grief. Because I was grieving for so long about my childhood experience, and what's this, and growing up as well, and until it came to my adulthood, I also experienced the same pattern, and I realized it really affected me, is particularly my health. So that sadness, that grief, that anger inside of me, it really deeply in my body and that not only affected me emotionally, but these were also manifesting physically. Mm. And it became alarmingly clear when I had this annual medical exam, and I was faced with a very disturbing result. So imagine, results show that I had lumps in my breasts. Okay, a dangerously high white blood cell count. Okay,
Mm.
and elevated was this elevated creatinine level that affected my kidney. Yeah, and I underwent surgery in my right ovary years ago due to multiple cysts, and then it regrew that in that period. Yes, and apart from that, what was prominent is because I lost weight. Imagine that I was 118 pounds, then I went down to 88 pounds.
Wow.
Yes, it was really so thin. It was really, and all my friends and my colleagues actually were so surprised what happened to me because I really went through something in my life personally and also affected me professionally. Yeah, and then apart from that, the the result also found that I had a symptom of a rare condition. It's found
Mm.
in the bone marrow, so it's a symptom of myeloma. It's a sort of rare blood condition, yeah, cancer. And my father died from that disease. So it was so
Mm.
scary. I was really I was so scared at that time because it all happened in one single report. Imagine that.
Oh.
Yes, and I kept it to myself, and my even my colleagues and family didn't know about what happened to me, but they know that I have the problem. I went through something.
Mm.
Yes, so this revelation inspired me to create Joy Heals during the pandemic, and it serves as a platform or a safe space for others to dedicated to helping others heal their emotional wounds and identifying the root cause of their emotional and physical pain. So Joy Heals has been in the industry for 3 years already, and I'm so happy that I serve individuals globally and I've served more than 100 clients, and they're happy with the results as well. And as for my health, and I'm so happy that I had a medical exam last year, and early this year I also took what's the ultrasound with my regarding my ovarian cysts, and all were normal because
Wow.
I processed everything. Yes, I really deep
Coach
dive
Joy,
the root
maybe if
cause.
I just stop you there, I think there's so many things that you shared that I just want to digest and summarize slowly. I think, what I heard here is that you did have a childhood trauma that was not processed, right?
That was
And
not
I think one
processed.
of the people that I listened to was Louis Hay. And Louis Hay was very vocal how she got cancer and then she was able to heal herself emotionally. And in the process of doing that, she was able to heal herself as well. And I think,
Yes,
Coach Joy, which actually brings me to the next question, because I think what I understand and what I also experience in the clients I work with, everything that happens to us, specifically the negative ones, gets stored in our body, right?
yes.
And
Mm-mm.
since we're talking about cancer, can you maybe share a bit of information from your experience working with the clients? What do
Yeah,
you think are the root causes? Because you did mention that somehow from your side, genetically, because your father had, but there was also lump in your breast, you did had ovarian cyst.
yes.
But from
Mm-hmm.
your both personal experience and the clients you work with, what are the root causes of cancer? Um, from your own experience.
Yes, from my own experience. So this is not only about cancer, but it's also other conditions and emotional issues, right? So I underwent also several healing modalities, and one of the session that I joined with, joined was, it says there that the origins and development of disease comes in varies in was it in multifactorial. It's multifactorial, and it says there that 1% only is genetic,
Oh.
2% is environment. Okay,
Hmm.
so it can be yeah, it's the people around you or the place where you are in. And 97% is emotional. So those are suppressed emotions, the grief, the anger. So as mentioned a while ago with my own
Hmm.
experience, those suppressed emotions can actually lead to illness, to chronic stress, and even pain. And in medical terms, they call it somatizing. We tend to
Hmm.
suppress. And if we keep on suppressing these hidden emotions in our body, it will lead to chronic disease. And chronic disease is chronic stress is also related to cancer.
Hmm.
Yes. So if these are not at all attended to, it will form into a condition or a disease. Yes. And that's what happened to me. Yeah, and then our emotions actually weakens our organs. So example, if you
Hmm.
have anger issues, it weakens your liver. If you have
Oh.
yeah, kidney, it can be if you have fear, it also weakens our kidney. Yeah, so it's really important that we need to listen to our body. We also need to important to listen to our emotions because our body has intelligence, and actually our body can heal on its own. Yeah.
I love what you said, how our body have intelligence. You know, Coach Joy, I have actually Louis Hay again, Book of Healing. And I
Yes.
always use that for my clients. So I was like, oh, wait, you do have back pain. Let me just, it's like, are you worried financially? It's like, yes, you know, despite of so much money, some people still worry about not having enough. And I think that book has been 90% plus accurate, even from myself. When I do have allergies, like what does allergy mean? It's like, you know, you are impatient.
Impatient. Mm,
Impatience,
yes.
right? And you said liver is about, again, what's
It's
the
also
problem?
about expression. Yes.
And I think this is what I learned. When you do suppress your emotions, when you do not express it, like even for my children, the moment they
Mm,
get sick, my first question is, did something happen? And you did not tell me. And
yes.
after the conversation, they immediately felt better. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think the best way for you, and what I learned, the best way for you to always release every negative event, every negative emotion is to get help, to get,
Yes.
you know, somebody to listen to you. And I think what's important about what you said, you get to listen to your body. And
Yes.
I think that's what a lot of people do not understand. Now, Coach Joy, can you expand in terms of what does listening to your body means? Because you know, before I understand and studied a lot of healing modalities too, I never knew how our, you know, if you do have throat pain, I don't know how to ask my throat, or I don't know how to listen to my body. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate? What does listening to your body means, and how is it helpful for you to get healed?
Yeah. Listening to your body is really about scanning your body. Where is that emotion coming from? Or example, if you're okay, did I yeah. Example, if you experience some heaviness or body pain, yeah, you need to identify where is it located. So example, if it's in your chest area, you need to feel it. Okay, and
Mm.
when you connect to that feeling or emotions, you can actually gain wisdom from it. Okay, you need to talk about what is this heaviness all about. Okay, and then you will be led to, is it fear, is it something about fear, is it something about anger? Then you ask, okay, if the dominant is anger, what is this all about?
Mm.
Yes, and you also need to what's this? Listen to your intuition as well. It's about your uh, in the I forgot what's the right word, but if you really need the first thing that comes into your mind or the first word, that's the intuition or your higher self is telling you. Yeah. Okay. What is this fear all about? Where is this coming from? And you will get a lot of answers. Yeah. And process it. And how do I get out from this situation? What will allow me to move forward? Yeah. That's it. That's the way of processing as well. And another thing is when you cannot process it by yourself, you need to connect with a professional or an energy healer who can help you. Okay. In my practice as well, Coach Wanda, I also integrate energy healing in my transformational coaching. And I always believe in working or journeying within. It's really allowing the person to experience what is really happening. It's not just about looking at the problem, what's the cause of the problem, but it's really about seeing beyond where is the client is being led to being called to emerge. Yeah, the energy healing, it really works as well. And that's it.
Thank you, Coach Joy, for sharing. I think you know what I learned about listening to your body. If you do have some pains in some parts of the body, I think I love what you said, that you just need to ask, what is this emotion about? What is it emotion
Yes.
telling me to do? How do I move forward from it? Because,
Yeah.
the problem when we were a child, our parents will always say, "You're crying, do not cry." Strong people
Yes.
don't cry, right? So we forgot and we don't know how to process our emotions because we thought it's bad to cry, But
Yeah.
I I learned that our tears are gifts of healing to our body. It's a gift of healing that can help us. And similarly, you give those very powerful questions to ask yourself, what is emotion telling me to do? What do I need to do
Mhm.
to feel better? Because what happens normally, whether you are a cancer patient or whatever sickness you have, you go to the doctor, and if you do feel something, they'll give you the same medicine based on what you feel. Now,
Yeah.
every person do have different emotions, something, different things happen to your life every day. But if you don't get to ask yourself the right questions and get the right help from the right people, then, the sickness keeps on coming back and forth.
It
And I
will.
think
Yeah.
it's recurring, right? And I think
It's
that's one of
recurring.
the things that I want to ask Coach Joy is, how do
Mm-mm.
you identify? Because there are different kinds of cancer. I mean, there's lung cancer, there's breast cancer. How do you identify the root causes of cancer patients? Are there specific, assessment that you do that, oh, you do have this cancer, this could be related to that? How do you
Mm.
identify that?
Regardless of what type of cancer that the patient has, it's really about identifying the root cause. It can be
Mm,
there's a certain emotions attached to it, right? Then, and just like also to clarify that I don't heal cancer, but I heal the emotions and
mm,
the root cause, because in every situation there's always an underlying cause. So it's better that we need to identify where is it coming from. It's really about identifying the root cause. So one step that I do is really about tracing their childhood. Maybe they
mm.
have this childhood trauma or an experience that they have not forgotten and have not processed. It's especially those experiences that really make them feel less, make them experience that make me feel that let them feel unworthy or not good
Hmm.
enough. It's part of that process. And then I go deep dive what happened there. Yeah. And then when we also when we also do a life review, okay, we can identify the limiting beliefs and the repeating patterns. And that is one thing, when you have the repeating patterns and if you have not learned from it, then that's the case. That's the
Hmm.
reason why you're having a certain conditions and not just cancer. Why are you having this pain? Why are you having this illness? So remember when you mentioned about back pain, the
Yeah.
for it also means about you're having financial problem, financial struggle. It's also with the what's your belief about money, about financials. Yes, it will all come out because we have in our family we also have our control dramas.
Hmm.
Yeah, and we carried it all along growing up.
I love what you said, Coach. I think, what I learned, and I think every coach, as you rightly said, we don't heal. We become, an agent
And
to help the person find the root cause. And I think sometimes the problem when you only take the medicine, but you don't
yeah,
address the root cause, it just spreads,
it's
whatever.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes
It keeps on coming back. Mm.
yeah, I have a conversation with the cancer patient. He said, I completed the therapy, I did everything, but it still spread to other parts of my body. And I was like, did you just take the medicine? Did you also ask help, or did you do other kinds of healing, like emotional healing? He's like, no, I didn't even have time to cry because I have to be strong for my family. And I was like, maybe you need help, because I mean, as you rightly said, you have to go to the root cause of the problem. And what I
Yeah,
learned as well, as you said, is about the emotional trauma and the trauma that we had when we were a child, because we didn't understand what happened, we don't know what to do, and
yes,
it got stuck there, and then you grew up with it, without
yeah.
even dealing.
And we never
So
realized that we already experienced stress in our childhood.
mm,
Yeah, so when it's not attended, it becomes a chronic stress, and then it formed into a pain or illness. Yeah.
which brings me to the next question, Coach Joy.
Mhm.
What are the healing modalities that you incorporate to find the root cause? I mean, we now know that for you to really get healed, you need to find the root cause of the problem. Now, what
Yes.
are the healing modalities? You spoke about energy healing. What are the
Mhm.
other ways to find the root cause of any sickness, or for cancer patients specifically?
Okay. For me, in identifying the root cause, it's through coaching. It's really about processing, and the healing modalities are just what's this? Are just an add-on or an integration of your transformational coaching. And it's really
Mm.
good that when you process the client, you need to be honest to yourself as well, and you need to be honest to him. That most of the time clients wouldn't want to listen what is true, what is true to them. But you need, as a coach, it is really your responsibility to tell them what is really happening, and that will give them an awareness, and that will give them as well a deeper understanding of what is happening within them. And then the healing modalities, it will vary according to the needs of the client. So somehow I use different modalities. One is the NLP, I don't know if they're all familiar with NLP, a neuro linguistic programming. And then I also do energy healing, as mentioned. So I'm a Reiki practitioner. And I also do emotional intelligence technique. So it's through tapping. Yeah. And since I have lots of learnings about different modalities, I was also able to develop my own way of helping heal their emotional wounds as well. So those are some. And in the transformational coaching, I use the psychosynthesis approach. It means
Mm.
that I don't only see the problem as a brain base, or what's usually psychologists use the psychoanalysis method. It's really about what caused the problem, where did it start. In the psychosynthesis approach, it's really not about just seeing the problem, but seeing the person, how he sees, how he sees the problem, and where he's being called to emerge. So I always believe
Mm.
that the heart and our um, the heart and our brain or our mind has a soul. So it is really important that you connect to your higher self as well. And you can never go wrong connecting to your higher self. You will gain a lot of wisdom and understanding that this is the reason why I'm going through this. There is something that I need to do. Yeah.
Thank you,
And
Coach Joy, for sharing. And I think, what I learned, this is why you need a personal coaching. I mean, you need personal coaching and you need the one-on-one coach because really every person is unique. And I mean, as a coach, we did learn so many tools, but which one to use, it really depends on the person because every person again have their own journey. But maybe
Yeah.
Coach Joy, you can give some examples. How did you tailor fit some of the programs that you have to help another patient? What did you do specifically? So at least we'll have an idea that okay, if I'm having this problem, this is how it work. Can you give some examples for us?
Yes, you really cannot tell or identify what's the technique that you need to use to apply to a certain patient. It's as mentioned, the psychosynthesis approach is really about seeing not just the problem, but it's really asking the person where is the client where is being called to emerge. So it's not a box approach where everything is
Mm.
there already. It really depends on, and especially when you connect to the energy of the person, you now know how to navigate the person from away from the fear, from the sadness. So remember, we are healing the emotions, not the
Hmm.
not the disease. Yeah. So that's my way of answering your question, coach.
Thank you for answering those questions, Coach Joy. Before we continue to the next question, we do have a short commercial. But if you are watching us live or on replay today, I am with Coach Joy Lagat. This is the Cancer Conversations with Coach Wanda, where we share insightful information and inspiring stories to help cancer patients and their caregivers manage the complex journey of cancer. This podcast is sponsored by Kaltan Social Media Marketing. Let us watch this short video first and then Coach Joy and I will be back so you can understand how Kaltan Social Media Marketing can do help your business. Thank you for that. If you want to get seen, get heard, and get clients on LinkedIn, please do message Kaltan Social Media Marketing. Welcome back to those who are watching us live or on replay. Today, we are talking about how to heal cancer emotionally. This is Wellness Wednesday of the Cancer Conversations podcast. Today, I'm with Coach Joy. We already shared about how our sickness is related to our emotions and how we
Emotions.
need to process every emotion that you have. Now, Coach Joy, can you also share any success stories of the patients that you have and how they benefited from your work? Because we want to, a lot of people said, specifically in the Philippines, people are not aware about coaching and how it's helpful. Maybe you can share a bit of, I know you have a lot of clients locally in the Philippines and globally too. Can you share some examples of how your clients benefited from your work?
Yeah, I just had a conversation with your yeah. I just had two sessions with your mom, right?
Yeah,
Your mom has was it lung cancer, right?
yeah, she has.
Yes. Yes, and even in the first session, there's already an immediate result. So, what I did there is really to deep dive what's happening. It's really about connecting to the emotions, and what we uncovered there were fear, were
Hmm.
and also guilt at the same time about forgiveness. So it's the thing that we need to process, and just like to let know everyone that forgiveness is a process. It's not an
Mm.
overnight thing. So it takes several sessions, several sessions to do, yes, especially dealing with cancer patients. And then there in the first session we already uncovered some sort of emotional barrier. What's stopping them because of the fear? So where is the fear coming from? So that's one thing that we need to uncover again at the deep dive. Yeah. And the second session is we did an energy healing, and the same goes. It really aligned to what we have uncovered in the first session. Yeah. So, and in the first session, I forgot to share that your mom actually experienced God, or the divine source, and it is really about, and what she learned from that experience is really about surrendering and do not fear. That's
Hmm.
it. Yeah. So I also have a client from India who has a Crohn's disease. It's as actually, I guess it's a condition of the intestines. Yes. So in when I worked with her for 2 years already, and the reason why she's still working with me is because she wants to receive constant healing and Reiki uh, healing, yes, from time to time. And what we uncovered there is she experienced grief, and it's because of the sudden loss of her parents, and she was not able to move forward from that experience. And secondly, it also uh, was connected that she was rejected by their relatives. So she felt sad about what was going on with her life. And now the energy healing, at the same time the transformational coaching, has helped her shift her perception about her condition and about life. And at the same time she was able, she's now can speak freely about the things that are happening with her, and even her relationship with her brother and her colleagues already also improve. So the energy healing and the transformational coaching not just actually help you heal inwardly, but it's also about helping you change your mindset at this, the way you look at life. At the same time helps improve your or enhance your relationship with others. Yeah, so those are I have actually lots of positive review and testimonials about what I do. It's not just about medical conditions, but it's also about their way of thinking, finding purpose. So others realize they're seeking for a purpose that is um, what's this their ultimate purpose, but they realize that their purpose for at this lifetime is to heal themselves.
Hmm.
Yes, others are seeking for that very what's this they're seeking for that kind that purpose that is very that does not only benefit themselves but also for others. But yes, maybe that for your purpose in this lifetime is to heal yourself first so that you can also heal others. Yeah.
I love that. And I think I could testify how Coach Joy was very helpful to mom because really after your session, she felt better and she really, I mean, in comparison to few months and weeks ago, she really is stronger, more positive now. And I think that is what we don't know, how our fears, how our guilt, how our emotions are really impacting us. And I think it's important to always, I mean, I can tell mom something, but whether she follow or not, I mean, that's another story. But I think listening to people like Coach Joy gave her another perspective that, oh, I have a fear. This is how I should process it. This is how I should deal with it. And I think that actually brings me to the next question, Coach Joy, because a lot of
Mm.
people, when they get sick, they don't know what to do. I mean,
Mhm.
even when I watch a documentary of 𝐀𝐁𝐿, I mean, the wife got cancer, and then the immediate reaction is like, let's cancel all the plans, right? I mean, what is your best advice, whether it was cancer, it's a diagnosis that you have? What is your best advice to manage the sickness? Because that's the most, you know what I learned when you get sick, it's about the acceptance, which makes it very, very difficult because it's about why me? Why is this
Yes.
happening?
Yeah.
And but also when you do pass that surface of acceptance,
Acceptance.
then it becomes a different level of experience also. Can you share some insights or what's your best advice?
Yeah. Okay. So we all when we go through that was this stages where you have this certain conditions, we have that yeah, the first is really about in denial until you get through the acceptance stage, right? So the best that I could perhaps share or tell to these clients is really to seek help. You need to be vulnerable because you cannot what's this, you cannot process it well if you just keep it all by yourself. So it is really important that you need help, and the more that you need what's this, a support system to help you, at least having someone who could uh, give kind words, and having someone to listen to, that's the kind of support that they need, and you have to give it to them. But the one thing, but sometimes the best help that you could give to that person is really to let them connect to a professional, so that you'll be
Mm,
able to understand what's going on with them. And that would be also a first step to their healing journey as well, when you connect them to the professional, and you're making a difference, right? And for the client as well, and for, I'm sorry, for the patient as well, it will give them peace of mind.
true.
It will give them peace of mind. Yes.
I think a
And
lot
one
of
thing,
people.
and
Ah,
before
yeah, yeah.
I
Okay, sorry.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Sorry.
sorry, coach.
Just
Yeah,
continue.
before,
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, yeah. Continue, Coach Joy.
yes, I forgot as well. I I've seen a lot of clients as well, and I also I noticed that what they discover is really about that inner joy. It's really about the
Mm.
feeling joy. So somehow sometimes I I joke I jokingly tell my clients that that's why you met me. It's because my name is Joy. Yeah, so most of my clients really need joy right now. And with your mom as well, I told them you need to rekindle that joy.
I agree with you. You know, I mean when I was always sick 10 years ago, I think I was always hustling. Looking for the next thing to do, looking to go to the next position, the next work, the next assignment. I never get to stop and pause and just
Yes.
say thank you. And other than what I learned throughout my own healing journey is how our happiness and how our healing is connected to. Because if you're
Yes.
always joyful, if you're thankful, then these are all positive emotions that heals your body too. But
Yes.
but if you do have a lot of, on the other hand, fear, grief, guilt, or whatever negative emotion, then it really kills your body. But if you're grateful in every little thing that happens to you, it becomes healing to your body because those are positive emotions, Coach Joy, right? And I
Yeah.
think, Coach, so if they don't have access to you or to any coach, what is your best advice? How can they start identifying and addressing the own root cause of their problems or their sickness?
Okay, there are people who really cannot identify or tell what's really happening to them. So that's why there is a need for them to connect with a professional that will
Mm,
help them understand what's going on. Okay. And secondly, also, there's if you notice that there are cases that you hear about suicides, right? And it's
mm,
because they tend not to share what's going on with them, and maybe it is also part of their part of the brains that it's not what's this, it's not what's the I forgot the word. Yung talaga yung pag hindi masyadong I forget that. Yeah, that's there's something in the brain that's not working well. Yeah, so somehow
Mm.
it acts it that's the reason as well that they tend not to share their stories to their friends or even to their families. And what was the question again? I'm really sorry. I was
No worries, Coach Joy. Maybe you can explain now with your final thoughts
mm-hmm.
to leave to our viewers. What's the importance of really holistically healing and emotional healing? How,
Okay, yeah.
why
Yeah.
is that important?
Yeah, so as mentioned a while ago, that suppressed emotions can actually have a profound impact in our mental and uh, physical well-being. Yeah, so as again, if we keep on suppressing those emotions, it will lead to illness, it will lead to a chronic stress or pain. Yeah, and it's really important or pivotal to acknowledge these feelings and process it and allow that you need to process it. And if you think you cannot process it, seek
Hmm.
help to a professional. Okay, so once you process these emotions, it will help you navigate away from that fear, from that sadness, from that anger. Okay, and then okay, when you another thing then too as well, that when you see someone or you know someone that's is really struggling, you have the power to make a difference. Let them connect to a professional that will help them address their needs, and that will be the first step to their healing journey. Yeah. So it's
Now,
really
Coach
about
Joy,
inspiring everyone to help each
thank
other.
you for sharing. I remember you did share with me a very simple tip. If you're always worried, you told me something that you need to
Some
do with your
technique.
hand to stop the
Yes.
anxiety or over.
Yeah.
I personally am an worrier, overthinker.
Yes. Okay. I'll
Can
teach
you
you.
please guide a very simple exercise if I'm overthinking, if I'm worried, I do have problems. I remember you told me something I even forgot now. Can you share
Yes.
how can you do it again?
Yes, okay. So stress is really common and in our modern times, and especially our children as well experience stress, right? So you can also you can share this to your kids as well and to your family members and colleagues. Yeah. Okay, so everything around us is energy. Yeah. So if you try to place together your hands, yeah, you experience there's a certain friction in between,
Yeah.
right? Yes. Okay. And our fingers have different emotions. Okay. The thumb is worry.
Hmm.
Our index finger is fear.
Okay.
The middle finger is anger. Okay.
Hmm.
The ring finger is sadness. And our pinky finger, the smallest one, is overdoing or overthinking. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's take let's say the middle finger. The middle finger has the highest energy. So if you try to place your
Oh,
finger and the other finger, then you make a circular motion, you feel a
okay.
sensation in there.
Yeah.
And the middle finger has the highest energy. So it's the reason why when someone has anger issues, he
Hmm.
makes the F sign. So you now understand why.
Oh,
So that's why
okay.
the middle finger is anger. So when you experience anger at a certain point, all you need to do is you just have to hold that finger, okay, and take a nice deep breath. And you may close your eyes and you take this for a minute. And even for in less than a minute, you can feel the pulse, and it will get you back to a normal state. Right. Yeah. So here you're acknowledging your emotions that you're angry, and that you don't want to. What's this? you don't want others to get hurt as well because you're angry. Yeah,
Mm,
it is. Then fear and worry always come together. All you
yeah,
need to do is to just hold it like an what's this, in a bicycle wheel. All you need to do is, if you are left hand dominant or right hand dominant, all you need to do is to hold your thumb. Okay, so
okay.
example, I'm holding my right hand, my right thumb. So I close this left hand, and I let my left index finger out, and then hold it. So it's like you're holding
Mhm.
a bicycle wheel. Okay, hand down. Okay, you can place it on your lap, or it's in front of you. You just take a nice deep breath. And inhale, and connect to that feeling. Okay, and you will actually feel the pulse. Right? Are you feeling the pulse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So nowadays we keep on overthinking. So use the finger, the pinky finger. Yeah.
And then hold it.
So you can share this to
Mm.
your kids and to your family, to your loved ones as well. Yeah. And I also share this to employees because I provide mental wellness workshop at the workplace. Yes. So this is one of the simple technique and effective technique that will get you back to a normal state.
Wow, Coach Joy, that's very simple, but it calmed me down already. I mean, my team knows I get very excited too much sometimes. They have to tone me down. Coach, relax, chill. But I think maybe before we start the live stream or while doing the live stream, I can start holding one of my fingers and just do a deep inhale and exhale. And I think, yeah, a lot of people, because you were never taught in school or anybody how to just stop and slow down. And I learned
Yes.
how we're one breath away from accessing the peaceful version of yourself, right? And even mixing of holding your thumb
Yes.
to ease the worry, the fear, the anger. That's really helpful. Now, Coach Joy, I know you do provide one on one coaching, you do mental wellness workshops. Can you please share more information? How can people get in touch with you? What's the best way to do that?
Yes. I have a website. It's joyheals.life. And I also have Facebook. So you may search, what's this? Joyheals.life, or my personal page is LJ Lagat. Okay. And I also have Instagram, Joy Heals Life. That's it. So you can actually book a free discovery call. So it's free. It's for 30 minutes. So you can find it on my website as well.
Thank you, thank you. And we are dropping the LinkedIn
Yes.
link for Coach Joy. Also go to Joy Hills Life. Honestly, Coach Joy, it's just a coincidence. Or I think it's meant to be that your purpose is to bring joy and
Joy.
heal the world through your own journey and through your gift of
Yes.
joy. Because when we now live in a world where depression is about 400 million people, loneliness, anxiety, and stress, fear, and worry goes hand in hand. But I think it's good to know that there are people like you who have been through a lot and is now
Yeah.
in the process of healing the world through your own journey. So again, thank you so much, Coach Joy Lagat. If you are watching us live or on replay, this is the Cancer Conversations with podcast with Coach Wanda, where we share insightful information and inspiring stories to help both cancer patients and their caregivers navigate the complex journey of cancer. Today, Coach Joy Lagat shared a lot of information. 1% of sickness is genetics, 2% is environment, is 97% of your own doing. But the good news is that you do have the ability to heal
To
yourself.
heal
Coach
yourself.
Joy, yeah, shared a few techniques just by holding your fingers, so you can heal yourself, process those emotions, because she also shared how every emotion you have manifests into sickness. But the best thing is to get personal help. And if you do need help for personal coaching or mental wellness workshop, please go to Joy Heals Life, and also connect with Coach Joy on LinkedIn. She has an Instagram account too. Thank you, Coach Joy. Any last things you wanna say?
Yes. Yes, let's inspire each other. And if you feel that, if you know someone who is really struggling emotionally, and do reach out and connect, let them connect with a professional who can help them address their issues as well. And let's inspire each other and do our part as well to help heal the world. Yeah. So
Wow.
I also like to leave this borrowed quote. So I saw this quote once, that healing is the end conflict of yourself.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good. Healing is the
And
end.
joy heals as well.
Yes, definitely. Joy heals. So thank you, Coach. So I would like to personally thank every member of my team. They're all present today. You know, when you do live stream, it's a very complex scenario. And I would like to thank Christine, Rufa, Sherry, Rose, Cecil, Rina, every person who's watching us live or on replay. If you do need help to get seen, get heard, and get clients on LinkedIn, message Kaltan Social Media Marketing. My team and I would love to help you. If you want to be part of the Cancerous Conversation podcast as a sponsor, as a guest, we would love to have you because, you know, if cancer is the second cause of death globally, let's work on it together. Joy heals. You know, let's work on healing the world together.
Healing the
One
world.
story at a time, one expert at a time. Thank you, thank you. Till the next episode. God bless you, Coach Joy.
Thank you. I
God
receive
bless.
it.
Thank
God bless
you.
you as well.